Hey guys, this is Mark from parkflyers.com. Today we're looking at the Kraton 4S. This is the V2.5. That means it has the new center differential in it. Really makes the car handle better. Anytime you put a center differential in the car, the handling is just going to be improved. It distributes the power more efficiently and more evenly throughout the whole drivetrain. And it is something that was long awaited for this car. It was something holding it back. I mean, the slipper that they used to put in this car was not something that was actually doing anything because you had to just lock it. Otherwise, it would just loosen up. And it really was a poor design. And they finally did something about it. And they gave us not just a center differential, a really good one. I mean, it's made from machined aluminum parts. It's very, very elaborate. It's very beefy, very strong, very well designed. And it's a welcome addition to this car. So, like I said, for this version, the handling has gone up, it's improved, and I really appreciate it. The other benefit of this car is the weight. So this car weighs about 9 pounds, as opposed to something similarly sized, which is a Kraton EXB. This car weighs about 12.5 pounds. Might not seem a big difference, but for percentage-wise, it is a big deal, and it's a huge amount of weight. 3 pounds is really like the difference. It's between a regular truggy and, let's say, a competition truggy like this Losi 8XT. This Losi 8XT also weighs 9 pounds with electronics, no battery, obviously. And this car will outhandle and outdrive any Kraton EXB. This car is pure pleasure to drive. It is state-of-the-art. Everything on this car has a purpose and a really good design to it. This thing will jump like a gazelle. And that's where we get into this Kraton 4S. So the Kraton 4S is going to drive more like a competition buggy than a basher. And that's why I actually prefer it in some ways over the Kraton EXB. This is going to be a lot more durable. This is going to be something that you could just take 30, 40-foot jumps, and you could have a really good time with it. It does have its purpose, and it has its appeal. It has a very strong fan base, and we sell a ton of them. But if you're a driver and you prefer more of a control drive, something that's going to handle like it's on rails, something that's going to float in the air instead of feeling like a lead brick, it's just something that you want to look into. It's only $450. It's a lot cheaper than a Kraton EXB. It doesn't break the bank. Most people can afford this. They don't see a problem with this. Now, this Kraton 4S, we did some custom work to for a customer called Mike Baca. He works for Intel, and he's out of Arizona. In Arizona, the summer temperatures can reach over 115 degrees. And Mike reached out to me asking me if I could help him put together a Kraton that would handle the heat. And I was more than happy to help him with that. For the main motor, we went with a hot racing high performance fan. It's a hyper fan, we call them. Now, this is powered by the actual battery in the car. This will work off 11.1 volts straight to this. It actually comes with the battery connector. It's made by Hot Racing. It'll come with the battery connector, so everything's pre-wired. All you have to do is put it in line with your battery, and this will work and really cool your motor down more than any other stock fan. I would say you're getting 4 or 5 times the volume of air than the stock fan. It also sits on a heatsink, so it's really cool. It adds additional cooling from that. Now, another cool thing we did was we went and opened up the speed control, and we didn't want to go too crazy because we don't want to have too much battery drain. Mike was concerned about that, so we went with Year Racing. It's a Tornado Plus fan. It's a 25 by 25. It's got an aluminum casing, dual ball bearings, and is a 15,000 RPM speed. It's a lot faster than the stock fan, and it's definitely going to help out with desert temperatures. And I think Mike's going to have a great time with this car. For steering, we've been going with this servo in a lot of our cars. It's the Savox SW1212. Over 600 ounces of torque, really, really fast. I want to demonstrate how actually fast the servo is. And I also want to show and demonstrate how it centers. So here's just a demonstration of how lightning quick the steering is. Now, one of the things that we notice with a lot of cheaper servos is when you let go of the steering wheel, you'll let go of the wheel, and it won't center all the time exactly where it left off. This one, you could just let go of the wheel, every single time it'll go to perfect centering. It just gives it a more expensive feel of the car, very accurate, more precise, and like I said, this thing is just never going to break. With 600 ounces, I think it's 630 ounces of torque. It's just super torquey. It's really overkill. It's something that you could even use in the EXP, and it would actually be an upgrade in the EXP. The stock servo for this 4S is an S662. This is about 230 ounces of torque. It's nice and it's adequate, but the Savox is just going to really trounce on it when it comes to performance. For the battery, we went with the SMC 5500, and this is 120C. When you're running in really, really hot weather, having a high C rating is really good, because if you have a lower C rating, they tend to puff up and swell from the heat. So like I said, 120C is actually perfect for this application. I like the 5500 because it's 500 more milliamp than a standard pack, so you're getting a dot more runtime. And this is one of the SMC's best packs. In my opinion, I wouldn't run any other pack in this car. Very punchy, very powerful. The resistance on these cells, I've tested them, are the lowest in the industry. They are definitely a noticeable improvement over like a Spectrum battery or a Power Hobby. These are really, really good, and I highly recommend them for this car. Pop in a 4S and a Kraton 4S, and you will be definitely surprised on how this performs. When you have a higher quality cell like this, people don't realize you also get longer run times because the capacity is more true to its actual number. A lot of people don't realize that. The other thing is it tends to run stronger towards the end of the discharge, which is another feature of a really high quality pack. So again, the SMC 120C 14.8 volt pack 5500, we have them on our website. You should grab a couple today. They come with the SC5 connector, and it's compatible with the IC5, and it works great. Anyway, this is Mark signing off from Park Flyers RC. Thanks for joining us on this review, and we will see you on the next one, and have a great day.